What is up, everyone? Mule Kick Media here, and Fear the Walking Dead Mid-Season 2 premiere starts this Sunday on the US. Obviously in the UK it's Monday, but since it's going to be premiering in 2 days time, I decided I wanted to give you my thoughts on Season 2 so far, because we already have had 7 episodes of Season 2. They aired earlier this year, I think, if I'm correct, literally straight after Season 6 of The Walking Dead finished. And I haven't really talked about Fear the Walking Dead much. I mean, The Walking Dead, yeah, I've talked a bit about it on my channel, but Fear the Walking Dead is something I haven't really brought up all that much. And I really feel like I want to now, because I really underestimated this show, because Season 1 of Fear the Walking Dead, I'll admit, was pretty average. I mean, it was fairly boring because, you know, it took us all the way back to the start of the apocalypse. And I think it made people lose a lot of interest after that first season, because obviously it just wasn't as similar, you know, pacing-wise to The Walking Dead, so a lot of people just wrote it off straight away. But in Season 2, I've got to admit, I've been pleasantly surprised by what I've seen. Honestly, I think Season 2 of Fear the Walking Dead, so far, in my opinion, is better than Season 6 of The Walking Dead itself, because most of you may not know, but I wasn't a big fan of Season 6. It had some good episodes, but it was muddled with some absolute filler episodes and cliffhangers and stuff like that. I'll talk more about that when Season 7 is closer to being, you know, put on air, which should be later this year. But let's talk about Fear the Walking Dead Season 2. Now, of course, also before I go into this, I will be spoiling what happened in the mid-season finale of Season 2. So I do recommend that you have watched the show if you're going to watch this video. If you haven't, I strongly recommend you do, especially if you're a fan of The Walking Dead. I mean, I've known tons of people that are massive Walking Dead fans that have not watched Fear the Walking Dead. Like, I mean, these Starks, I mean, some of you may be subscribed to him as well as me. I know he's a massive, you know, fan of The Walking Dead, and yet he has never watched, you know, Fear the Walking Dead, which I can understand why, because obviously it's a spin-off, so I can see why you may not be as intrigued. But honestly, you are missing out. If you can get through that first season, the second season, in my opinion, is worth it. It is so much better, much more interesting premise, and the characters have developed a lot more, and hopefully Season 2 can carry this on, and if it does, I might actually be surprised, because we might have a very good new show on our hands, provided that the ratings, you know, can help it as well. So let's talk about the mid-season finale, because obviously it's the last episode of the show we had before the mid-season premiere in 2 days time. So let's just recap what happened. So the episode ended with Madison taking Ocelia, I believe that's what her name is, Celia, into like the little caged area with all the zombies, and she ultimately ends up getting trapped in there, and then we presume that she died, but it doesn't actually show her dead. So, and from Season 6 of The Walking Dead and the whole Glenn under the dumpster scenario, we can only confirm that someone is dead when we see their guts ripped apart. So I'm 50-50 on her being dead or not, and the same with Daniel, because we also saw him going into that area as well, because he kept on having visions of his dead wife, and obviously she was in the area full of the zombies, and he torched the whole place and ended up burning like the whole area where all of the group was staying. Also, they didn't show if Daniel had died, so I'm still pretty unsure as to whether he did or not. I hope he didn't, because he was probably, in my opinion, one of my favorite characters, probably my top 2 favorite characters, along with him and Nick. So hopefully he's not dead. Fingers crossed. I mean, it would be a bit of an anticlimactic way to kill him off, because I don't really feel like he got, you know, the kind of death that he would deserve, you know, for a war hero. I thought he'd go out in a more epic style, and also, you know, I've heard a lot of other people say he's one of their favorite characters as well. So to kill him off in that manner would be a bit stupid. So fingers crossed he's not dead, and we do get to see more of his character, because that would be, you know, I'd be very happy if we were able to see more of him. Of course, we then also had Travis and his son. I have no clue what Travis's like prop son with his dead wife is called. I can't remember his name, so we're just going to skip past that. But basically what happened was he has kind of gone a bit loopy. He's tried to become a survivor, but he's being too serious about it, because like he's been doing these weird things like holding a knife up at Alicia and Madison while they were asleep, and it caused him to run away in the mid-season finale. And then Travis goes to hunt him down. He does, and he realizes that his son is crazy, and he can't be with these people because he's a danger to them because he's that insane. So he decides to ultimately stay with him, and even though Nick comes along because he's been asked by Madison to obviously go and, you know, find Travis and his son. Ultimately, Travis says, no, tell him that you didn't see me, because obviously he wants to make sure that his son is mentally stable before he goes back to Madison, which I felt was a good thing. I thought it was a bit of a dumb decision at first, but then upon going back onto the episode and rewatching it, it did make a lot more sense, and I'm completely, you know, with it now. And then Nick goes back, the place is burning up in flames, and basically the group that we have, you know, the remaining survivors of the group that we have are basically all there. They're all trying to get into the truck, and Nick comes across Madison, and he decides not to go with them because basically over the course of the season, like, Celia has been kind of like brainwashing Nick into thinking, you know, this certain like way about the zombies, and he's completely got to him, and he like doesn't want to be with his mum because he believes that she's, you know, a monster, and that the zombies are no different compared to us, and so he decides to not go with them, and then he just ends up walking straight into the load of zombies, which I felt was kind of cool. I mean, I know we'll probably get to see more of Nick, and I really am liking his character just because of he seems to have been the most adapted, because I mean obviously he's already, you know, covering himself in zombie guts, which is something we didn't see we saw on The Walking Dead in this first season. So I think he's definitely like become the more capable out of all of them, because literally if he just stays in that, then he'll be completely fine because no zombie will detect him. So yeah, he leaves Madison and the whole group, and then the episode ultimately ends there with like the group separated. So you have the main bulk of so you have Travis and his son, you have Nick by himself, and then you also have all the rest of the group together. So it's kind of like a similar premise to what we had with season 4, with the mid-season 4 finale of The Walking Dead, where basically all the group was separated. That finale was kind of similar, so I expect the second half to be about, you know, focusing on the individual groups, but also, you know, about trying to reunite them together. I know that the mid-season premiere will focus on Nick, because I've read that somewhere. It's going to be centered on Nick, which is going to be kind of cool, because like I said, he is one of my favorite characters on the show, so the more we get to see of him, the better. And basically I think he gets like picked up by these other survivors, and like I said, I think it's going to be cool to see Nick develop more, because I do think he's an awesome character, and I can't wait to see more of him. And also it'll be cool to see what, you know, Daniel's his daughter, I think it is. I can't remember. It's because I can't remember the names because it's so long since I last watched it. But it'd be awesome to see how she copes with her dad's quote-unquote death, because like I said earlier on, it wasn't shown, so I'm not fully convinced that obviously he has died. But it'll be interesting to see how she reacts to it. And yeah, I'm definitely just excited for what, you know, the second half of season 2 holds in store for us, because like I said, it does feel kind of similar to what happened with the mid-season finale for season 4 of The Walking Dead. And I felt that the second half of season 4 was actually very, very good. So if the season 2 of Fear the Walking Dead can be as good, then I think we've got ourselves a real big treat on our hands. Now I will be reviewing the mid-season premiere. I won't be reviewing the episode afterwards because unfortunately I'll be on holiday and I won't be able to make the video. But after then, I will try to do reviews for all of the episodes, and they'll obviously do my overall season review when we get all of them, and obviously the finale. So yeah, I'm very interested to see what they're going to do with season 2. So right now, because like I said, I enjoyed the first half, I'm definitely excited for the second half and what they're going to do. I know quite a few of my friends who watch the show are, so yeah, it's going to be fun, and I can't wait to watch it. So thank you all for watching the video. Let me know in the comment section below what you think is going to happen in season 2. Like, if you've got any like character death predictions, please let me know down below. And I hope to see you in my review for the mid-season premiere. See ya.